Welcome to the Battle Drill Devotional podcast with Captain Rob Westwood-Payne.
Today is Saturday the 6th of July. This week on the Battle Drill Daily Devotional podcast, we dive into the realm of spiritual discernment, seeking to gain insights on how to cultivate wisdom and discernment, essential for navigating the complexities of Christian ministry and service. Today's Bible verses are found in 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verses 16 to 18, and I invite you to turn to them with me just now. But whenever someone turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. For the Lord is the Spirit, and wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. So all of us who have had that veil removed can see and reflect the glory of the Lord. And the Lord, who is the Spirit, makes us more and more like Him as we are changed into His glorious image. The great missionary doctor, Albert Schweitzer, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1953, was visiting Chicago soon after winning the prize. A gaggle of reporters and politicians had gathered at the train station to meet the famous man who was the Mother Teresa of his day. As Dr. Schweitzer stepped off the train, 6 feet 4 inches in height, bushy hair, large moustache, and decked out in his trademark white suit, the news cameras flashed and city officials crowded around him for their photo opportunities. Just then, the doctor saw something far off that attracted his attention. He asked if they would excuse him for a moment. This international celebrity walked right through the crowd, which parted to make room for him, until he reached an elderly African-American woman who was struggling under the weight of 2 large suitcases. He picked the bags up in his big hands and, smiling, escorted the woman to a nearby bus. Schweitzer helped her aboard, then wished her a safe journey. Meanwhile, the crowd had tagged along behind him. He turned to them and said simply, "Sorry to have kept you waiting." A member of the reception committee turned and said to one of the reporters, "That's the first time I ever saw a sermon walking." Christians like Albert Schweitzer have deep within their hearts a service ethic that quickly becomes plain to all who look on them, and it reflects God's glory. But it does so only because, as Paul reminds us, that service ethic, that willingness to help others, comes from accepting spiritual transformation through spiritual disciplines like prayer, scripture reading and worship. That's how we reflect God's glory. This ongoing transformation aligns our thoughts and our actions with God's will, leading us to greater spiritual maturity and deeper avenues of service. By contemplating God's glory, we navigate life's challenges and opportunities to make a difference with divine wisdom, becoming more Christ-like in the process. The continuing process of transformation ensures we grow in faith and reflect God's image more clearly. We can become our own walking sermon. Take the opportunity to freshen up your devotional life by incorporating a new spiritual discipline into your routine this week, such as journaling your prayers or meditating on scripture. Notice how this discipline fosters transformation and aligns you with God's will. And so our final reflection question of the week is, what steps can you take to embrace spiritual transformation and reflect God's glory in your daily life. Don't forget that you can subscribe to these podcasts by going to Linktree/Battlefield Podcasts.
If you would like to subscribe to Captain Rob's Battle Drill Devotional, wherever you choose to listen to podcasts, or if you'd like to receive them direct to your inbox, head to www.equippinghispeople.com/devotional and follow the instructions.